Hello everybody. Have a good hope in Allah mercy, worship and happiness. To have good hope in the mercy of Allah is an illustrious worship which believers should feel has hurt in any situation and accompany him throughout his life on the path he takes. Concerning has sustenance, virtue, and has descendant for the fulfillment of his invocations, the forgiveness of his sins, and in all things. Ibn Mas'ud said, by him who is the only divinity intellect to be worshipped, a believer has never been given a gift better than hope in the mercy of Allah. By him who is the only divinity intellect to be worshipped, a servant cannot hope for the mercy of his Lord without giving him what corresponds to his hopes, and this because all the God is in his hand. What a beautiful worship it is to hope for divine mercy when we have the certainty that we will be comforted after being grieved, that the ease will not be long in coming when we know a difficulty, that rest will follow fatigue, smile to tears, cure to illness, and that after life in this world awaits us paradise, the bride of which is vaster than the heavens and the earth, prepared for the stakes. The Prophet Muhammad said in a Hadith Qudsi, I deal with my servant as the hopes I would do with him. However hopes that Allah will bring him good, He will pour out on him His bounties and His generous gifts. However acts with the certainty that Allah will do him good, he will be surprised as the gifts He gives him, which will be far beyond what he imagined. Allah behaves with His servants according to their hopes for Him. He acts with them according to what they expect for Him and gives them more. When you call on Allah, our God, be confident that will hear you. You spend money for Allah. Say, be confident He will return it to you. When you leave something for Allah, be confident that He will return it to you with that. What is better than what you left behind? When you ask for forgiveness from Allah, be confident that He will forgive you for and turn your bad deeds into good deeds. Al-Mamun said to Muhammad ibn Abad, I have heard that no one arrives in Basra without you offering him hospitality. He replied, to deprive of generosity is to have a very bad opinion of who is worshipped, and is one version. He who has a rich good cannot be poor. The moment when it is appropriate to have a good hope in Allah passed during crises and times of turmoil, when sacrifice have to be made, and when times of instability and turmoil loom, when you are drowning in deep and meeting your need become difficult, and in all similar situations, this is what is mentioned in this hadith. He who in need turns to Allah sooner or later he will obtain favor from Allah. Abu Dawood, Tirmidhi, and Al-Hakim. The Quran mentioned the attitude of the Prophet ﷺ and all the prophets when they faced the most difficult situations, and in particular the good hope which they nurtured in their Lord. Their certainty and their confidence in His promise, this as a firm and will assured belief, and not as a mere furtive thought. Such was the reaction of Musa, when Pharaoh's troops had set out in pursuit of them. The companions of Moses said, "We are going to be joined." He said, "Never, for I have my Lord with me, who will guide me." Then we revealed to Moses, "Strike the sea with your staff." It split then, and each slope was like an enormous mountain in Quran. That is mentioned in Quran. And this is what the Prophet said to Abu Bakr. That is when his enemies arrived in front of the cave in which they had taken refuge. "Do not grieve, Allah is with us." That is mentioned in Quran too. He also said to him, "O Abu Bakr, what do you think of two people when they third a companion? Then is Allah." Second, during invocations, who has a strong relationship with invocations, calamities will have little effect on him, or roads will open to him, and everything to does will be blessed. One hadith says, "No one will perish in he calls on Allah." That is mentioned in Al-Hakim, in Al-Mustadrak, and in another hadith, "Call on Allah knowing your Lord that He will hear you." That is mentioned in Tirmidhi. Omar said, "I'm not concerned with whether my invocations will be granted. Rather, I am concerned with making sure that I call you upon my Lord, for it He inspires me to invoke Him, to answer with Allah." Thank you very much for everyone, and see you in another time.